Hey, Charger History. Today's essential question is, what was the Great Wall of China? You don't need to copy that question. You don't need your notebook. You just need your passage that's in your independent practice packet. Please turn to the Thursday page if you're not already there. So this week you've been studying the amazing empire of ancient China. Do you remember which number on this map represents China? And also, what river does that show? Okay, good job. How about this? What about the river for number 1 on this map? Awesome. You need that for your benchmark, so remember that. One of the great projects of the Emperor Shi Huangdi, who we've been studying all week, was the Great Wall of China. And when I say great, I mean it really is great. Let's just take a look at some of these pictures to see how amazing this wall is. First of all, look at how it climbs really high up into the mountains. Can you imagine building that with no really big tools like we have today? And look how beautiful this is. Look at all the detail on the roof. Here's another picture. Look how windy it is. It stays on top of the mountain ridge to make sure that it's as tall as possible. And this is a guard tower where soldiers would have been stationed. And look, it still looks like this today. These are tourists, and if you want to go on a trip to the Great Wall of China, you could also climb it. Look how tall it is with how many steps you have to walk up. And look how long, too. This thing is thousands of miles long. So we're going to move to your passage. Go ahead and follow along, and please make sure you annotate by circling keywords and underlining key points. And at the end of each paragraph, please write a central idea statement. So why was the Great Wall of China built? The Mongols are the people here. They were nomadic people who lived north of China. Mongol raids into China caused a great deal of destruction during the Age of Warring States. In 214 BC, when Shi Huangdi unified China and began the Qin dynasty, he decided to end the Mongol threat by constructing one of the largest public works projects in history. Here's the Great Wall, this blue line. As you can see, the Mongol territory to the north is supposed to be blocked off from the rest of China. To this day, the Great Wall of China is the longest human-made structure on Earth. More than 1 million Chinese workers connected a number of existing walls into a single system, fortified by the watchtowers, in order to keep out these people, the Mongols. So who built the Great Wall of China? Before we read that, please pause and make a central idea statement for the first paragraph. All right, now let's talk about who built this huge wall. The original wall was ordered by the Emperor Qin over 2,000 years ago. The wall was constructed by laborers made up of soldiers, common people, peasants, and criminals. The wall was built of different materials over the centuries. The earliest part of the wall was largely made of compacted earth that looked like this. It's called rammed earth. They just pounded all this dirt really hard until it became a wall like this. Much of it was made of local material to keep costs down and enable buildings to continue quickly. The later Ming Wall, which happened about 1,000 years after the wall started, it was mostly made out of brick because by then they knew how to make hard bricks. It's estimated that up to 1 million people died while constructing the Great Wall. Please pause and make a central idea statement for this paragraph about how the wall was built. All right, so how was the Great Wall of China defended? The Great Wall included a series of watchtowers and forts, which could house soldiers, grain, and weapons. Beacons could enable the passing of messages quickly along the wall. Special weapons were developed to enable the wall to be defended against attack, replicas of which are on display on the modern-day wall if you go visit. At one time, it's thought that up to 1 million soldiers were stationed along the length of the wall. So all these little places where there are cuts in the top of the wall, that's where soldiers would hold their weapons, like their spears and bows and arrows, so that they could shoot invaders from the top of the wall. Please pause and make your central idea statement for how the wall was defended. How long did it take to build the Great Wall of China? The Great Wall was built over many years. It's believed that the original Great Wall was built over a period of approximately 20 years. The Great Wall, which is mainly in evidence today, was actually built during the Ming Dynasty, which was, again, about 1,000 years later after what we're studying with Shi Huangdi. And this took the later part of the wall about 200 years. How many people did it take to build the Great Wall of China? Well, this is crazy. Millions of common people were called up to build the wall. Northern Qin's wall, starting from Zhikao to Hangzhou, used 1,800,000 laborers. A section of the wall in Inner Mongolia required more than 1 million men to build. Besides the first 300,000 soldiers, Emperor Qin's wall required another 500,000 common people to complete the work. Criminals were forced into labor as punishment. During the day, they were ordered to take turns patrolling the wall, while at night, building and extending the wall. They were required to serve 4 years of hard labor according to the laws at that time. Sometimes all the men in the nation were forced to construct. For instance, during the Wei Jin and Northern Southern dynasties, which were around 265 to 589 AD, even children had to join this project. As a result, no men were engaged in farming, women were frightened to have a boy, and widowers dared not to marry a woman. Also, the Great Wall construction led to a large number of deaths and injuries. For those who lost sons or husbands, life would become much harder. We're going to read a story like that during practice today, and you'll see what it was like to have your husband have to leave and go build the wall. Right now, please pause and make a central idea statement for how many people it took and what happened to those people. All right, please return to your playlist to watch a short video about the Great Wall of China. After that, please do pushing 4.0 until I call us together for practice.